Imagine waking up tomorrow. It's the beginning of 2026. You check your bank account. No investments, no stocks, no savings. Maybe you have a small job that pays your monthly bills, but that's it. At the same time, the news keeps talking about AI replacing jobs, rising interest rates, and housing prices that look impossible to afford. Most people feel stuck at this point. They believe the system is unfair, so they stop trying. But the truth is something very different. If someone truly understands how money, markets, and human behavior work, starting from zero is not the end of the game. In fact, it can be the perfect starting point. Because building wealth is not about luck. It's about following a simple system over a long period of time. And if I had to rebuild everything from zero today, I would follow 5 very specific steps. This is not a get-rich-quick strategy, but it is one of the most reliable paths to reaching your first $100,000 and eventually your first million. Let's start with the first step.
Step 1. Destroy your debt first. Most beginners make the same mistake. They start investing while they still have high-interest debt. Credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later payments. They think, if the stock market returns 10%, maybe I can grow my money while paying the debt. But this logic is broken, because high-interest debt works against you every single day. Imagine this. You owe $5,000 on a credit card with 24% interest. That means the bank is effectively earning 24% per year from you. Meanwhile, the average stock market return is about 10% per year. So mathematically, you are losing the race before it even starts. Paying off high-interest debt is actually one of the best investments you can make because it guarantees a return equal to the interest rate. And there's another hidden cost of debt. It affects your psychology. When you owe money, you become more cautious. You hesitate to change jobs. You avoid risks that could improve your life. You feel financially trapped. So the first mission is simple. List every debt you have and focus on paying off the one with the highest interest rate first. Throw every extra dollar at it. Sell things you don't need. Cancel unnecessary subscriptions. Treat this like an emergency. Because once your debt is gone, something powerful happens. You finally stop working for the bank and start working for yourself.
Step 2. Build a cash safety net. Once your debt disappears, many people rush straight into investing. But that's another mistake. Life is unpredictable. Your car might break down. You might lose your job. A medical bill could appear out of nowhere. If all your money is invested in the market and you suddenly need cash, you might be forced to sell your investments at the worst possible time. This is how many beginners lose money. So before investing, you need a financial buffer, a simple emergency fund. Ideally, this should cover 3 to 6 months of basic expenses: rent, food, utilities, transportation. Keep this money in a safe and accessible place like a savings account. Yes, the returns will be small, but remember, this money is not meant to grow. It's meant to protect you from financial disasters. And psychologically, having this safety net changes everything. You feel calmer. You make better decisions. You don't panic during market crashes. This stability is what allows investors to stay in the game long enough for compounding to work. Step 3. Invest the simple way. Now that your foundation is stable, it's finally time to invest. But this is where many people overcomplicate things. They start searching for the perfect stock, the next Apple, the next Amazon, the next Nvidia. But even professional fund managers struggle to consistently beat the market. In fact, studies show that most professionals fail to outperform simple index funds over long periods. So instead of trying to outsmart the market, a smarter strategy is to own the entire market. This is done through low-cost index funds. These funds invest in hundreds or even thousands of companies at once. When the economy grows, your investment grows with it. Historically, the stock market has returned around 10% per year on average over long periods. That may not sound exciting, but when combined with time and compounding, it becomes extremely powerful. The challenge is not intelligence, it's patience, because good investing is actually boring. You invest consistently, you ignore short-term noise, and you let time do the heavy lifting.
Step 4. Use the tax system to your advantage. Another mistake beginners make is ignoring taxes. Where you invest your money can have a massive impact on your final wealth. Some accounts allow your investments to grow without paying taxes on the gains. Over decades, this difference can become enormous. Imagine investing $10,000 that grows to $100,000. If taxes take 20% of your profit, you lose $18,000. But in certain tax-advantaged accounts, you keep the full amount. That's money you didn't earn by picking better stocks, but simply by choosing the right account. This is one of the most overlooked wealth strategies, because investing is not only about returns, it's about what you actually keep after taxes. Step 5. Increase your income. Finally, we reach the most powerful step of all, increasing your earning power. Saving money is important, but there's a limit to how much you can cut expenses. You can only cancel so many subscriptions. You can only skip so many coffees. But your income? That has no ceiling. Learning valuable skills can dramatically increase how much you earn over time. Things like communication, sales, technology, data analysis, leadership. When your income grows, everything else becomes easier. You can invest more, you can save faster, and your wealth compounds much more quickly. Even a small salary increase can make a huge difference over a lifetime, because higher income means larger investments and larger compounding.
The real wealth formula. So if I had to rebuild my finances from zero in 2026, this would be the exact strategy. First, eliminate high-interest debt. Second, build a financial safety net. Third, invest consistently in simple index funds. Fourth, take advantage of tax-efficient accounts. And finally, focus on increasing your income through valuable skills. None of these steps are flashy. None of them promise instant riches, but together they create something far more powerful. A system that steadily transforms $0 into long-term wealth. Because in the end, wealth isn't built overnight. It's built through discipline, patience, and smart decisions repeated for years. And the sooner you start, the more powerful that journey becomes.